In a quiet corner of the countryside, where the roads turn into winding paths and the trees seem to whisper lullabies, lives a woman named Martha. Her home, a tiny cottage wrapped in ivy, nestled between the hills and surrounded by a sea of blooms, roses, lavender, wild daisies, each swaying gently in the breeze as if they, too, knew they belonged to something beautiful. Martha isn't young, nor is she in any rush. She walks barefoot in the mornings, the grass still wet with dew, her long braids swaying down her back, her linen apron catching the scent of rosemary as she leans down to gather herbs for her breakfast tea. You see, Martha didn't choose a grand life. She chose a full one. And this is the beginning of her story. Her cottage may be small, but every corner whispers of charm. The front door is painted a soft antique blue, chipped just enough to speak of seasons past. A vintage wreath made of dried eucalyptus and wildflowers hangs proudly on it, hand-tied with velvet ribbon Martha, found in an old sewing box. Just inside, the scent of old books and beeswax candles fills the air. A narrow hallway leads to a cozy living room where ruffled cushions bloom like roses across a vintage floral sofa. The curtains, sheer lace dancing with the breeze, framing a view of her rose garden outside. Home, Martha often says to herself, is not made of square footage, it's made of soul. And every inch of her home breathes that soul. From the chipped porcelain teacups that once belonged to her mother, to the faded pastel wallpapers she glued on herself with the help of a wooden spoon and homemade starch paste. Each morning begins the same. Before the birds rise in full chorus, she lights a candle on her breakfast nook, a rustic little corner where a wooden table sits beneath a window dressed with gingham and lace. There she places a simple tray, a fresh-baked scone, a lavender tea, and her well-worn journal where she scribbles thoughts, sketches decor ideas, and often writes little notes to herself. Today, she writes, I will be gentle with time. After breakfast, she wanders outside to the garden. Her hands touch the earth as if it were a friend. She hums a tune passed down by her grandmother while planting more chamomile near the porch. It's in these moments, quiet, humble, sacred, that Martha finds her decorating inspiration. Her decorating style isn't something you'll find in magazines. It's not about trends. It's a living memory of seasons, emotions, and the rhythm of nature. Her kitchen is the heart of it all. Open shelves display mismatched plates with rose motifs, tea-stained recipe cards pinned to cork boards, tiny glass jars filled with dried petals, cinnamon sticks and ribbons, all arranged like poetry. Above the sink hangs a window box, spilling with ivy and basil, framing the view of the garden she loves most in summer. And on the table, always a vase of fresh blooms, because as Martha says, no meal is ever truly simple when served beside beauty. Martha lives alone, but she never feels lonely. Her days are filled with a rhythm she adores. A little sweeping, a little arranging, a little dusting off forgotten trinkets from the attic to give them a second life. She once found a wooden crate in the shed, covered in dust and cobwebs, instead of throwing it away. She painted it antique white, distressed the corners, and now it holds her favorite linens, lace napkins, embroidered tea towels, and a quilt stitched with love long ago. Everything, Martha smiles, can bloom again, even old things.